Yo, what is up lads, Max05 back at it again with another video. Today guys, we're going to be covering the last and third test of the Springboks 3-test series. It's the last video of the Springbok tour. I love making these videos lads, and I hope you enjoyed watching them. I know only a couple of them have had good success, but that's okay. I love making them, and I will be doing more of them in the future. I'll be doing the summer series and the autumn series soon enough, and I might even do some of the Leinster games. It's going to be good stuff, so there'll be a lot more content coming out soon, but I'm going to take a little bit of break now up until the international season comes back. So lads, hope you enjoy, and let's get into it.
Colby goes against Liam Williams, beats him. Cowan-Dickie, Colby goes on. Oh, he's in the series now.
So probably the first significant thing that happened in the game was Dan Biggar getting a really unlucky injury after being such a staple in the squad in the first and second test and pretty much throughout all the big games. He got injured in the third test, very unlucky, and now he had Finn Russell coming on, who only had 2 games. One 60-minute game, 70-minute game against the Sigma Lions and played the last 15 minutes against the Sharks. And then he had an injury, and that's when Marcus Smith came in. So it's his first game in so long. It was a very ballsy move by Gats to put him in the team, and he would make such a big impact. And so did South Africa. They came on and they started attacking so hard. We got very nervous. We had to try to defend, and fair play to us. We stopped pretty much the attack. We neutralised. We didn't let them get through, but they did have advantage, and had it not been for a knock-on, they may have even gotten a try because they were 5 metres out, but they went back for the advantage, they got the points, and they're 3-0 up. But it didn't stop us from coming right back into it. I think we kind of changed the attack a little bit and started going for more corners more than taking the points, which I know people didn't like, but I thought it was a very good move to getting as many points as we can instead of taking as much points as we can. But what ended up happening is we had a scrum around the 40-metre line, and obviously South Africa collapsed the scrum, and then Finn Russell, one thing he has done in the 2 games he played was kicking off the tee very well, and he should be. I think he was happy with that. Played very well. He took a kick, but 40 metres out, his first kick since the Sharks game, and nails it right down the middle. That's going to settle some nerves, and then he just started ripping things up, putting cross kicks in his own half, you know, being very ballsy. And I think we did lack that with Biggar and Farrell. I think they were more going high ball where there was quite a big chance of us missing it, but Russell took the kicks where he knew we would get it. So fair play to him, and after that moment it was 3-3 to the Lions. And around the 20th minute mark is when things got really good for the Lions. Again, you know, constantly kicking for the corner, taking risks, and may not have been getting the points we probably deserved. We finally did. Took a kick to the corner, really good kick from Finn Russell, and we had a line out. It went a quick ball, quite low, I don't think South Africa really contested it. It went low, so Maratochi took it and just put it right back into the pack. They kept driving. The South African pack tried to stop it, but they really had no chance. We kept attacking, kept pushing, and Ken Owens got over for a very similar try that Luke Cowan-Dickie got against South Africa A. A huge moment in the game, and after conversion, we had a 10-3 lead against the Springboks. So after constantly going for points, or not going for points, choosing the corner, something that we hadn't done in the first and second test, was constantly going for the corner. And when Finn Russell came on, people were saying game plan is completely out the window, and I think that was probably a better move, because I thought this was actually probably the best game we had played, even better than the first test, because I thought we attacked so well, you know, being ballsy, going for the corner, trying to get the 7 points instead of the 3, and I think it's actually worth going for those points in the first half, when you know you have another 40 minutes to act on it. So I don't think it's deserved for the Lions getting slander for taking the corner instead of the points, when I think trying to get as many points as you can is better. Because if you do get them, nobody would be saying anything. And I don't think the 3 points would be enough, because then the Springboks wouldn't be going for the 3 points, they'd be going for tries as well. So I think we needed to be ballsy and going for tries. But I think what summed it up was we had an attacking masterclass in the first half, and the Springboks had a defensive masterclass. They played incredibly defensively. They did so well repelling all the attacks, and they got rewarded for it. The 5 minutes from time, the Lions had a scrum in their own half, very similar to Finn Russell's penalty, where the scrum collapsed and the South Africans got a penalty. Handré Pollard missed a couple beforehand, but he did get this one, and at half time it was 6-10 to the Lions. And although the stats and even the scoreboard helped us, it didn't really feel like the Lions were deserved leaders, and I think they were deserved leaders. I just think they felt dampened by not getting those tries. But after a good first half, at half-time in Cape Town in the third test, it was Springboks 6, the Lions 10. Well, we scored in the 20th minute, well they scored in the 55th minute. There was an audacious box kick from Ali Price in the 55th minute. that just couldn't be received by Duhan van Merwe or anyone contesting it. And it went to Lekanyuam. He put a slick pass into Willie Veru. And just as he sucks in the defence, he puts it to Cheslin Colby. Two defenders try to get him. He just about gets away from Luke Cowan-Dickey. He gets over for a really good try. And the man of the match on the day gets his score. What a try, a huge moment. And after the conversion, it was 13-10 to the Springboks. And what a moment it was to them. 15 minutes in, they'd scored. But 5 minutes later, the British North Lions got right back into it through a Finn Russell penalty. The South Africans gave away a very lousy penalty, taking the man out without the ball. And about 45 metres out, Finn Russell really had to get this to level it. And what a kick, right down the middle, having an excellent comeback. I thought it was amazing for him. I slandered him so much in the start of the series, saying he shouldn't have been picked. He had a horrible Six Nations, and he proved me right with the Sigma Lions game, and he comes out and he proves me wrong, which is always a positive because you love to see him doing well. He's a great player. And what a penalty. And now in the hour mark, it was 13-13. Well, discipline being a big problem for both teams, as in the 66th minute, literally 6 minutes later, the Lions gave away another penalty, and this time it wasn't Handré Pollard, it was Morné Steyn, the person who had ended or pretty much killed off any chance of the Lions winning the series in 2009. 12 years ago. He comes back 12 years later to get his name on the board, and he does. He strikes an excellent kick about 45 metres out on the angle. Great kick. And they'd now gotten another lead with about 14 minutes to go. Well, again, 8 minutes later, the South Africans gave away another penalty. And the commentator did say, well, if we're going on how they've played so far, they'll go for the corner. But no, Finn Russell steps up. Another even harder kick. And absolutely nails it right down the middle, gets the equalising penalty again. And I think you can see in the second half, the Lions weren't going for the corner anywhere near as much, because now they knew we can't risk it like they could in the first half. Great kick, and once again, with only 6 minutes to go, they were level once again. So in the final 2 minutes of the game, this is where things get a little bit questionable. Matthew Raynal had a great game of refereeing. Obviously the first two tests, South Africa and the Lions have been questioning the ref's decisions. The South Africa questioning in the first test and the Lions questioning in the second test. They needed quite a good referee for the third one. Matthew Raynal, he had done very well in this game. Refereed nearly to perfection. I don't think there was anything he really did wrong. But 2 minutes from time, I think was his only dodgy call. So in the rule of rugby, you have to roll away when you make a tackle. Or you have to at least attempt to. And when you release a tackle, you roll away, that's grand. So, Courtney Laws made the tackle, and he tries to roll away, and he does. But the referee gives the penalty for not rolling away, and I actually went onto a couple of different, sources on, scoring apps, on websites doing live commentary, and they're saying, yep, Laws didn't roll away fast enough, there's the penalty. But if you literally look in the clip, he quite obviously not just rolls away, actually is in the defensive line when the ref blows his whistle. So I don't get how you can give that as a penalty when he has rolled away. And that's not just the only thing. Herschel Yankees did something very stupid. He took the tap right in front of the posts, what would have been a game winner. He takes the tap, he runs away, he gets swallowed up with the defenders, they get the turnover, they kick it away, and the series ends as a draw. That's all well and good. Except that's not what happens. Matthew Raynal says, oh no, he's in front, even though he literally takes the tap literally behind where Courtney Laws is. So, he's not just behind them. The ref has called him back and said, no, you're too far forward, you have to retake it. And now they let them have the choice to kick a goal, which they do. They take the kick a goal, and of course, it's Morné Steyn, 12 years later, gets the winning penalty. And then we thought we had a chance, in the last minute of the game, scrum, in their half, but we gave away a penalty, they kick it out, and they win the series. And I think South Africa, I don't think necessarily either team was deserved winners. Whoever won would be deserved winner. That's fair enough. Because both teams played their hearts out. I don't think there's really anything wrong that either team did. And fair play to the Springboks. It's lovely to see them have their moments. Obviously, they've had a few years, not doing great. Of course, in 2017, losing to New Zealand 56-0. Ireland beating them 38-3. And they've come out and won the World Cup and won the Lions Series and beating New Zealand away from home. I mean, they've really done it all in the last couple of years. And fair play to them. I am not salty at South Africa. I'm salty at Matthew Raynal. How have you given that as a penalty? And not only that, called the penalty back when he's been stupid enough to take the tap? needed that. That is a completely stupid call. I don't think anyone. I've asked people, is that a penalty? And people have said, no, that's not a penalty. I don't think people are actually paying enough attention to it. And they should. Because that is not a penalty. If Razzie can make a video out of 27 different points, then I'm at least allowed to complain about a penalty that was not a penalty to win the series. So lads, I probably shouldn't say anything more, you know.
Not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Oh lads, that's a series. The Lions, or South Africa win the series. 1916, they win 2-1 in the series. Even though, in my point of view, that is a drawn series. So lads, that's it from me. So people have been talking about that Josh Adams try that could have happened. I don't think you can slate Liam Williams too much about that one. Because he should have made the pass and it would have been an easy try. But you also have to realise, I think he assumed that the tackler would either go for the intercept or would half commit to the tackle. So either he would be gone, or if he half committed, he could get the pass off. But no, he absolutely folded him in half like an omelette. So that was unlucky, and I think he probably should have made the pass, but I'm not going to fault him too much because I could see what he was going for. That was a realistic option. But then for the points, people saying you should have gone for the posts more. I do think we probably should have, but I think going for the corner was worth it, because when you have the option of getting as many points as possible or taking points when you can, I think going for the points as many as possible is a risk worth taking, especially since the tries we've gotten against South Africa have come directly off the physicality and the mauls and the scrums. I think it's worth it. So I can understand why. And they only really did it consistently in the first half, constantly going for the corner, trying to get those 7-pointers before half time. And they were unlucky not to get it. But in the second half they pulled back. They did go for a few times, which I think was also worth it. I'd say one of them was probably when they were going for the corner, when there was a kickable chance. But I think with the pressure as well as the angle, I can understand them going for the corner. And then, of course, when they pulled back on it, they took the points when they needed to. They did take the 2 penalties when they needed to equalise. So I think it was absolutely worth it. I don't think you can slate them too much. And I think, in my opinion, both teams did the best of their ability. So lads, that is the end. That is the end of the Lions tour. A sad end, but to be honest, I really enjoyed it. I haven't been able to commit to the Lions tours as much. My first one was in 2013. I didn't have the channels. Same in 2017. 2017 I couldn't watch any of the games and I was really annoyed. But for this one I could go all in. I could watch all the matches and be a real part of it. I absolutely loved it. I loved making the videos and I hope you enjoyed watching them. More videos will be coming out in the Autumn Nations series coming up as well. A lot of Irish games against New Zealand and Argentina. A lot of content. As well as the United Rugby Championship and the Champions Cup coming up as well. So I'll be doing videos on them as well sometimes. I'll be doing my predictions for that. So lads, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for coming with me on the Lions tour of South Africa. And lads, I'll see you soon.